Smallholder farmers are the drivers of many economies in Africa, even though their potential is often not fully realized. Although smallholder farmers occupy and cultivate only 10% of agricultural land worldwide, they produce up to 20% of the global food supply, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization's Committee on World Food Security. Introducing best farming practices to develop rural agricultural communities can dramatically increase productivity, sustainability, food security, and job opportunities. South Africa's agricultural success lies in the effective application of innovations from the laboratories of scientists and interactive exchanges with farmers, especially smallholder and resource-poor enterprises. Through scientific training, farmers can be encouraged to innovate and adapt the use of conservation agriculture, crop rotation, wetlands management, grazing management, soil health, integrated pest management, and sustainable natural resource use. The Agricultural Research Council's Smallholder Agricultural Development Program focuses on the specific challenges experienced by smallholder, emerging, and developing farmers.
If we look into the next 20 to 30 years, we will need to maximize our industry as a country because the population growth is a challenge, the unemployment rate is a challenge, the urbanization of our population is a challenge for government. It puts pressure on housing and services in cities. So part of the ARC's mandate is to empower rural economies.
This program develops smallholder farmers to enable socially and economically viable participation in the sector. It is aligned with national agricultural development policies and addresses smallholder constraints in terms of access to resources such as technology, information, and training. It aims to increase productivity, enhance sustainable resource use, and facilitate economic growth of the sector, providing appropriate farming system solutions and technologies.
What we've done as Agriculture Research Council is to try and have research projects that are focused on what smallholder farmers would need in their environments. And one of those successes has been the ability of the Agriculture Research Council in partnership with other agricultural research institutions in the neighboring countries such as Mozambique, Kenya, Malawi, and Tanzania, as well as the African Agriculture Technology Foundation. We've been able to work over a period of 4 to 5 years towards developing a new cultivar of maize that is drought tolerant, that is focusing on smallholder farmers' ability to be able to be productive under moderate drought conditions, under a project that we call the Water Efficient Maize for African Soils.
As part of its Smallholder Development Initiative, the ARC has successfully trained thousands of livestock farmers throughout the country in effective animal recording techniques for performance improvement, increased productivity, and ultimately better income generation. This was achieved through integration of training, practical application, and exchange of animal data in a special animal improvement scheme dedicated to smallholder agriculture development known as Kaonafatso ya Dikgomo.
Our primary beneficiaries must be the livestock farmers, both, smallholder and commercial farmers. And we are looking to improve on all these services that we are offering to them so that South Africa can move from being a net importer of livestock products to an exporter of livestock products.
The quality of a large portion of South Africa's national cattle herd is below acceptable market standards. By providing advanced animal genetics and cutting-edge breeding techniques to resource-poor farmers, cattle herds are steadily improving, enabling more farmers to participate in formal markets.
We have, in the last 2 years or so, partnered with other organizations in the country to literally take the lab from our offices here in Irene and put it close to where the people are. And we have done this through what is called a mobile laboratory, which is essentially a truck that has a lab on the back that can go to the most rugged terrain in the country and reach our farmer. We do provide services to them in the form of a semen evaluation. So that means we take the semen from the animal, process it in the lab right there, and are able to provide results and give them to the farmer so that they can decide which are the bulls to use and which bulls not to use.
High-tech mobile units can be deployed in remote rural locations to provide services like artificial insemination and embryo transfers that are applied to cows belonging to South Africa's resource-poor smallholder farmers.
We are able to give feedback to the farmers with immediate effect because we are doing everything there on the field. So the farmers see that as a value that they don't have to wait for the ARC to come back after several weeks or months. They get the results immediately.
Smallholders are afforded the opportunity to enroll in a wide range of informative courses, including specific aspects of animal production, crop production, agro-processing, agricultural economics, nutrition management, and many more.
The price of soybean oil cake is very high, and soybean oil cake is the mostly recognized protein source for worldwide for animal nutrition. So in South Africa, we have abundance of non-conventional byproducts, like for instance, amarula oil cake, which have protein content which is comparable to that of soybean. So we come up with some strategies on how to incorporate those type of byproducts to animal nutrition, hence reducing the feed cost. Then after we completed the research, we demonstrated or we disseminate the information to the farmers through workshops, farmers' days, something like that.
One of the main priorities of the Smallholder Development Program is to deliver training and relevant information to farmers and extension personnel for skills development and better decision-making. Platforms like workshops and farmers' days are utilized throughout the country. Training services and extension support reach thousands of farmers every year.
We have developed 1,200 people in the past 2 years that have graduated through our system, and each one of these farmers will be a mentor to 5 other farmers. So I think if you can look at the multiplication factor of having 1,200 people that can each support 5 other people, we are making a great impact.
Specialized technical skills and access to the latest research findings contribute significantly to the productivity of smallholders, like these prospective mushroom farmers at the ARC's Vegetable and Ornamental Plant Institute, enabling them to compete on equal footing in the marketplace.
The ARC as a technology partner can only provide technical information about growing oyster mushrooms, but that information alone is not enough to make a successful farmer. So the Land Bank came to provide information on how they sponsor emerging farmers. And Shanduka came to provide information on how they incubate the farmers for business management.
To go along with many practical information and training opportunities, the ARC scientists generate a wealth of valuable information that is regularly published and disseminated to farmers through various publications.
We do acknowledge that the scientific publications on themselves, they are not the answers that the farmers want. We do translate these scientific publications into popular articles that can be understood by the farmers, because we need to bridge the gap between the scientist and the farmer. So we have published more than 200 popular articles in the last 5 years. And the idea is to get the message out there to the farmers so that they can use that knowledge.
The right information always gives emerging farmers the best chance to succeed. This group of farmers from a new agricultural cooperative in Limpopo was afforded the opportunity to see firsthand how similar collectives in the Western Cape are making their farms work.
What is it that you do, so that maybe if we can also...
We went to ARC in need of some technical skills, technical help, and we have learned a lot. When we come here, we had questions that we did not have an answers. But I think in the yesterday's session and today's session, we are answered.
On ARC, go thoma maabane le ka tšena e re thušitse ka gore fa maele le gore hlahla gore re ka re ge re fihla ko bakweneng ba mohlabetse ra ba botsa gore re utlwile mo maele a le re fileng ona ka mola re hlahlileng ka teng ya re ge re fihla ko bakwena ba mohlabetse re ba botse gore thušo e re humane mo re humane ya mokhutama.
These smallholder grain farmers are keen to learn more about the advantages of efficient mechanization at a tractor training course hosted in partnership with Grain South Africa. Collaborative efforts like these allow the ARC to reach many more farmers throughout South Africa.
We are working with government under the National Development Plan to assist the up-and-coming farmers to get them towards the mainstream industry. So we have expertise and researchers and technicians whose responsibility is solely to transfer our R&D into the hands of developing farmers, teaching them business skills, soft skills, management skills, cooperative development skills, to assist them to catch up and become more commercial farmers. So when we have this kind of strategy, we will be able to reverse the urbanization and create centers of excellence in the rural areas.
Smallholder farmers play a vital role in livelihoods creation amongst the rural poor. The urgent need to significantly increase the productivity of these farmers, especially to ensure long-term food security, cannot be underestimated.
The future for us, actually, if you examine it very carefully, is not the future of large-scale farms, but rather a future of smaller, medium-sized farms that are very high intensity and very highly productive and very, very efficient. And therefore, the only way you're going to be able to do that is to adopt or implement a whole range of different technologies and infrastructure that will enable these particular farmers to be able to be productive.
Smallholder farmers have critical research needs which will not be addressed unless a concerted effort is made to bring the weight of our intellectual resources and innovative abilities to bear on them. As South Africa's premier agricultural research body, the ARC is now more determined than ever to develop and enable the economically viable participation of smallholder farmers throughout the country and beyond. Our future depends on it.